Hey, what's up everyone? Today we are looking at the Jakks specific Sonic the Hedgehog Tangle the Lemur action figure. So this is part of the third wave of their Sega action figure line. This is the second figure part of the comic collection. The first one we got was the Metal Virus Sonic figure that came out last year. But this one is a lot more exciting because we are getting an original character this time. And I'm going to review the other characters in this wave because I really do love this line a lot. So starting with the packaging, it's going to be very similar to the Metal Virus Sonic figure, at least like the cardboard cutout like to the front right here. We got the Sonic the Hedgehog logo. You can kind of see up here it says comic collection. And then we have the figure along with the accessory there in the packaging, the name right there at the bottom. And then here is the other side. So Tangle has 17 points of articulation, get a nice artwork there of the character, the comic there in the background, and then we do get an image of the figure and a small little image right here. I do wish there was a little bit more going on here in the back of the packaging. Like they usually throw in like a description of the character. If they were able to like move the picture here to the side, kind of have it overlay this a little bit, and then give like a description of the character really, and then maybe like when it first appeared in the comic. Okay, now let's get into the figure itself. First off, I really love the overall sculpt on this figure a lot. She looks fantastic. They did a really good job with the sculpt and the proportions as well. The overall silhouette is nice. The way how she's drawn with the big head, the really skinny, slim body, and then the large tail, because she does have a really large and long tail. And they did a really good job capturing that here in action figure form, especially for the price point. Now, there are a few problems though with the figure, some that are very questionable honestly. I don't think it'll be too much to where you'll dislike the figure as a whole. I think, still for the price point, you are still going to be pretty pleased with it. So let's just get a close-up here on the head sculpt, because the head sculpt overall does look really good. I really like the paint job around the eyes, the overall sculpt, like the hair poof up here, the ears, like you can see there, you got the black paint on the inside there. Like overall it does look really nice. It does capture Tangle a whole lot. I think my only problem though is really just the expression, because Tangle seems to be a very expressive character. So they kind of just went with this boring expression here. And I really do like the expression they provided here on this artwork. Like it definitely adds a lot to the character, especially since we're used to seeing these types of normal expressions with the other characters like Blaze and Rouge. Would have been nice if we had something different for Tangle, because you would have had her stand out. Coming down with the torso, you can see we get the hair sticking out here from the shirt. She does have her bandage wraps here for the arms. I wish they were painted though to have them stand out. There is like a little bit of details to bring it out, and then along with the gloves too. The paint isn't the cleanest though around here for the orange, along with like the line that goes down here. There's actually a crack right here where the hinge is at. That's not good. She does have like a fisted hand here, then like her open hand. And then coming on down, here's the shoes. Now, she's actually missing some paint deco on her shoes. Like they did paint the laces, and we have the white outsoles here. She does have peg holes. And you have the black stripes here, on the side of the shoes. And they even have the molded lines there. You can definitely see it, but they just didn't paint it. And they didn't paint this part either, which is odd. And it's a good thing I have this for reference. But you can even see that is how it is. See, you got the black there, and then the orange, because the orange matches the gloves here, or like this piece around her gloves, and that would be here. But yeah, that's not painted along with this, which is odd. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And then we do have her tail. I'm gonna get in with this more with the articulation. That tail has to stay down. If you put it up, you're not doing anything else with this figure. You're not going to be posing it at all. That tail has to stay down. It's very back heavy. It's going to be a problem, but you know, that's just how the character design is. It is a really large tail, and the figure doesn't come with the stand, because the accessory that we do get is this right here, because this is just on a ball peg, but there's also a hinge as well, because you would just take this out as so, and then you can just, you know, peg that in like that, really. So you have that as an accessory, because she does make like a fist out of her tail. Okay, now let's get into the articulation. So the head is just on a single ball peg. Because the head's sitting pretty high up though, you will be able to have her look up, which is nice, and look down just a little bit. Not a whole lot of tilts you're going to be getting, just some. And then you have your standard rotation, which is nice, and it doesn't like feel pretty loose on mine. So yeah, really nice movement there on that ball peg. For the shoulders, the arms do move back and forth. We do have a hinge to the shoulder, pretty good range. There is a problem though. So the good thing is that she does have elbow articulation, which is nice. Not sure why they're not consistent with that with other Sonic characters in the line. I really think everybody should just get elbow articulation, but she does have elbow articulation. However, she does not have a bicep cut, and there is no swivel to the elbow. So this isn't a swivel hinge. So her elbows is pretty much like the Metal Sonic problem, where like you can't rotate this joint if you want the elbows to face this way. So you can't really do anything with that unless mine are stuck. It doesn't seem like it though. This does seem like this is the entire arm. That looks molded together. Yeah, that's not moving at all. Yeah, so yeah, the elbow is just gonna be like that. You can't rotate the bicep, you can't rotate the elbow. Her elbows are just gonna be like that. You can rotate like this part, but there's no rotation to this cut. I'm not sure why. Like I don't know. So yeah, we are single jointed with the elbows. You know, they go, you know, probably just about 90 right there. The wrists do swivel, and she does have a hinge too. Nothing going on with the torso though. 40 hips. She kicks forward about there, not too high, just about there, which isn't, I mean, it's not too bad. And then she can kick back. You can rotate the entire leg. We are single jointed with the knees. There is actually a cut here though. You can rotate at the knees here, and then the foot, they feel like they're on a small ball peg, but you're mainly just going to get a standard rotation. And then for the tail, let me just zoom out a little bit here. The tail is just on swivel hinges, so we have a swivel here and then the hinge there. There's one here, a hinge, one here. Her articulation is good, but she's kind of weird trying to pose. You're really just gonna have that tail on the ground, really. I mean, you can still maybe put it like that, but that's still like shifting her weight. So probably gonna most likely just keep it straight, honestly. Okay, so here's a comparison right here. I grabbed some more female Sonic characters. She seems to be close to like Amy's height. I know they made Amy really tall here, but I think if Amy was perfectly scaled, I think she would probably be considered the tallest one. Now here's one last comparison. Here she is next to Sonic, and she is actually taller than Sonic as well. A lot taller actually. I have both of them standing pretty straight up actually. Definitely a lot taller. And then I'll also just bring in this figure just because, but here's the Metal Virus Sonic figure, our two comic figures so far. Okay, so final thoughts on the Jakks specific Sonic the Hedgehog Tangle the Lemur action figure. Not bad at all with this one. I'd say this is still an overall good release. Like I mentioned earlier, it does definitely have its problems with the paint deco and the articulation, but I think you'll still be very pleased with it. The figure does have a really strong sculpt that portrays the character. I personally would have gone for a different expression, but I don't think it takes too much from the figure, especially given the price point. So yeah, if you truly love the character and you collect Sonic figures, then I'd say pick it up. Unfortunately, it is a Walmart exclusive though, just like the other, Sega IPs that they've done in the past. So it is a Walmart exclusive. But let me know, what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. Until then, take care, my friends.
Story Select.